In a startling sequence of events over the South China Sea, two U.S. Navy aircraft, a Seahawk helicopter and a Super Hornet fighter jet, crashed within just 30 minutes of each other during separate routine operations on Sunday. While all crew members were successfully rescued, the incident has prompted immediate investigation and raised serious questions about operational safety and potential mechanical or fuel issues. This double crash, involving highly sophisticated and costly aircraft, occurred in one of the world's most geopolitically sensitive regions. With tensions already simmering between global powers, these incidents have captured attention not only in military circles, but at the highest levels of government, with former President Donald Trump calling the situation very unusual and speculating about potential fuel contamination. Before we dive into the full details, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to stay updated with the most important global developments. This is a story that could have massive military and geopolitical consequences, and you won't want to miss what comes. Next, let's break down everything we know so far, from what caused the crashes to what this means for ongoing U.S. military operations in the Indo-Pacific. At approximately 2:45 p.m. local time on Sunday, a MH-60R Seahawk helicopter went down while conducting what the Navy has described as routine operations from the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz. The Seahawk, a multi-role maritime helicopter known for its versatility, was operating in open waters when the crash occurred. Search and rescue crews responded immediately, managing to locate and recover all three crew members from the crash site. Initial reports indicate that the crew survived with no serious injuries, but the cause of the crash remains under investigation. The MH-60R is a critical asset for the U.S. Navy, often used for anti-submarine warfare, surveillance, and search and rescue missions. Crashes involving such helicopters are rare, but not unprecedented. And in a region as strategically vital as the South China Sea, any loss of assets carries weighty implications. Just 30 minutes after the Seahawk went down, a second, more alarming incident occurred. An A-18F Super Hornet fighter jet, also operating from the USS Nimitz, crashed during routine flight operations. Fortunately, both crew members were able to eject safely and were later recovered by rescue teams. The A-18F Super Hornet is one of the Navy's most advanced combat aircraft, designed for both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. The loss of one is not only a logistical and financial blow, with each jet valued at around $60 million, but it also raises questions about aircraft readiness and safety standards. Even more concerning is that this marks at least the fourth A-18 the Navy has lost this year alone, with two others lost in the Red Sea earlier this spring and another crashing off Virginia during a training exercise. While no official cause has been identified, speculation has already begun, including from high places. Speaking aboard Air Force One en route from Malaysia to Japan, President Donald Trump labeled the crashes very unusual and floated the possibility that a fuel issue could be to blame. "They think it might be bad fuel," Trump said. "We're gonna find out. Nothing to hide, sir." Though the comment was brief, it has ignited discussions about logistical oversight and maintenance protocols, particularly given the proximity of the two incidents and their potentially similar timing. If a shared fuel source was indeed used by both aircraft, and if contamination is confirmed, it could expose a critical vulnerability in operations aboard the USS Nimitz and potentially across the fleet. It's worth noting that these crashes didn't occur in just any international airspace. They happened in the highly contested waters of the South China Sea. This region is a geopolitical flashpoint, claimed in part or whole by multiple nations, including the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and most significantly, China, which asserts ownership over nearly the entire waterway. Over the past 2 decades, China has fortified its claims by building military bases on artificial islands and reefs, creating what many analysts describe as a Great Wall of Sand. These developments have been challenged by the United States and its allies, who maintain a steady military presence in the region to uphold what they call freedom of navigation. The dual aircraft crashes in this context could add fuel to ongoing tensions. China closely monitors every U.S. military maneuver in the region, and the loss of two major assets, even if accidental, will not go unnoticed. Both aircraft were launched from the USS Nimitz, one of the most iconic and longest-serving aircraft carriers in the U.S. Navy. Commissioned in 1975, the Nimitz is currently the oldest carrier in active service and is scheduled for retirement in the near future. As a floating fortress, the Nimitz can deploy more than 60 aircraft and serves as a mobile command center for U.S. operations across the globe. However, its age, now nearing 50 years, has led to increased scrutiny over its reliability and mechanical soundness. Whether the age or condition of the Nimitz played a role in these crashes is unclear, but the Navy will no doubt be reviewing not just the aircraft, but the systems, protocols, and maintenance regimes of the entire carrier group. The incidents come at a sensitive time in U.S.-China relations. President Trump is currently touring Asia, with a high-stakes meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping expected in the coming days. The primary focus of their discussions is anticipated to be trade, but military operations and maritime security are always in the background. Recent months have seen renewed friction, with both nations imposing sweeping economic measures on each other. The sudden loss of two major aircraft in a strategically contested area could, depending on interpretation and diplomatic narrative, either heighten tensions or spur cooperation. The Navy's recent track record with FA-A-18s is cause for concern. Earlier this year, one fell overboard from a carrier in the Red Sea, and another reportedly experienced a landing gear malfunction that resulted in a crash. These incidents highlight ongoing issues with the Navy's aging fleet and raise questions about maintenance, backlogs, and funding. Priorities, safety, and transparency are critical not only to ensure mission readiness, but also to maintain public trust, especially as the military operates in contested international zones with the potential for escalation. As investigations begin, the Navy is expected to conduct a full review of the crashes, including interviews with surviving crew, inspections of flight logs, analysis of fuel samples, and an audit of maintenance records aboard the USS Nimitz. If systemic issues are identified, such as faulty fuel, mechanical error, or protocol lapses, it could trigger broader reforms and even impact deployment schedules. But beyond the technical analysis, the incident serves as a stark reminder of the risks faced by those who serve, and the fragile balance of peace in one of the world's most contested regions. With all crew members safe and accounted for, the immediate danger may have passed. But the questions raised by Sunday's twin crashes will linger. In military briefings, diplomatic circles, and among the American public, in an era of global uncertainty, the smallest mishap can carry weighty consequences. As the Navy continues its investigation, the world watches closely, not just to understand what went wrong, but to consider what must be done to ensure it never happens again. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think fuel contamination is the likely cause? Or do these back-to-back crashes point to something deeper? Let us know. Stay tuned to America Today for the latest on global military developments, political updates, and more.